Kristin Kamato here. Just wanted to bring you into my mess and share with you the card that I want to be completing here for Craft Roulette. As you know, I'm a huge Craft Roulette fan. So once again, I'm making a card. What were the parameters? Well, let's discuss. They were encouragement card. They were sophisticated colors, because it's just fun to say it in a voice. They were house pet or house pets, and a thread or twine. Oh shoot, thread or twine. Oh, I'm going to have to gather that one here before I submit my card, but I think I can figure something out along the way that we can do. Now, encouragement card. Well, it's this time of year. It's Christmas card making season. So I'm going to wish somebody a Merry Christmas because I want them to have a merry one. I don't want them to have a cruddy one. I want them to have a wonderful Christmas. So that's how I'm going to be encouraging. Now, as you can see, it says Meowy Christmas. And it's the meowiest season of all. I can't remember which set that came from, but this Meowy Christmas is from this stress-free holiday emergency card kit by one of our favorite Craft Roulette people, Sassy. Now, this was from last year, so if you hadn't attended that summit, you may not have this kit. However, you may have something very similar. I mean, really, just even saying Merry Christmas would work, and then add a cat. Oh, add a cat, you say? Well, that's what I'm going with for my house pet edition. This card, I decided, is also going to be a three-fer. That's right, a three-fer. I am making it with this style that I'm doing for a recent summit I just attended here. Oh, it probably ended a few days ago. But Sarah from Sassy was there along with Lynn of LV Handcrafted. I am casing her card idea that she presented in the summit. So, and also Craft Roulette, there's two. What is the third? The third is I am involved with a card swap, and the theme is a holiday card, and I'm very excited about who my swap partner is. I've never sent this person a card before, so super excited about that. And let's just say house pet, you could even turn that into add a cat, and that would also meet that parameter, as well as make it a card that my swap partner will quite enjoy. So I am getting 3 things done with just 1 card. Well, that makes me happy. Just cleaning up the ink here. May have to take this to the sink with some soap and water, since this was a gold pigment ink and it seems to want to stain my little sticky mat here, but that's alright. That's alright. They're meant to be used, right? Use it up, then you can get a new one. So what I am doing, as you saw, was taking my Lisa Horton gold ink. I didn't want to go real heavy, but I did just light to add a little color, a little splash of gold there for my sophisticated colors, because what's more sophisticated than a ginger ale, right? I know, I cracked myself up, but I liked I was drinking one when I was watching Craft Roulette, and these parameters were pulled. Thank you, Mr. Wheel. So I liked the dark green with the gold, and I thought, well, you know, that's Christmassy. That could work. The little splash of red, if you will, and a little bit more of the white. So that's what I'm going to use for my sophisticated colors. We do like to have ginger ale in the house this time of year. quite a little funsy thing that us Moderanos like to have. So I decided I was just going to go for it. I mean, why not? What else can you do? So this particular card layout uses, these are about 1 1/4 inches. And this is green metallic paper. It's poster board, really, that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I cut them into squares, and for funsies, rounding 2 of the corners. This is also, here's my little corner chomper, ready? Oh, so satisfying. This was also part of the design that Lynn did on her card for the Scrapbooking Fun Summit that she was a presenter on, that I happily got to watch. Oh, that one got a little chompy funky. Well, you know what? We'll make sure maybe that one goes here. Haha, because that's probably going to get covered up by the sentiment. Hey, no one but you and I will know. So, and then add just a fun little whimsy, I think, to the card layout. You could do it to all 4 corners of each little square, but I just decided to go with just these outer ones, because sometimes when, oh, come on, what the heck is going on? All right, we'll have to figure out a spot to put you in too. Oh my goodness. All right, well, maybe, or embellishment spot. Here, maybe this one. Okay, there we go. When sometimes doing a technique or a technique I haven't done in a while, or a card layout, I will case it, and well, I'll case it practically step by step in that degree to kind of get down the steps or something that I feel fairly comfortable with. And then if I was to make a second card, well, then I would feel more comfortable with how things are going. Let's see. So this is about how it's gonna turn out there in the end. Debating if I should also corner chop this red rectangle that I just cut. Let's try it. Worst case is I'll find a new red piece of paper and not corner round. Now the question is, I did the little ones, same corners that I did on the little background squares, but I'm wondering, yep, I think I need to go with the bigger side. You can see that there's a 1/2 inch over here, and then a 1/4 inch on this side. I did the 1/4 inch for the small squares, but I think I'm going to step it up and do the 1/2 inch corner round here for the bigger red rectangle for my splash of red to match my color palette, the most sophisticated color palette that is, of the ginger ale. I mean, did you really expect any less from me? I did use a can or a tub of Dean's Dip previously for color inspiration, so really this should be no surprise to anybody. Okie dokie. Oh, you know what this may need now. Oh, yes. May have to corner around some of the card base. That's right. That's right. Okay, we're going to pull this aside. Now, I did just make this the card base. This is a piece of gold where it's craft on the back side, kind of the shimmer gold on the outer side. It's been in my stash for quite some time. It did come from recollections, but hey, what are you gonna do? Sometimes you just gotta use your stuff. It's not super thick, but with the stuff added on top, and I'm gonna put a little thing on the inside for a panel on the inside, and that should give it some more stability, and I think that will be just smooth and right, and hopefully I can get this in the corner rounder to make it even better. That's better. Oi, oi, oi. Okay. let me go ahead and start gluing down some things, and I will come back at you here in just a momento. Hey everybody, I'm back. I did some gluing, added my thread. I think that this will work. It adds a little something. I haven't glued the sentiment down, but I need just a little something. So let me give that a look-see and see what I can come up with. I'm thinking maybe some greenery, even though there's a lot of green, so I should say leafery. But now to choose what color, a sophisticated color no less. So I think I have an idea, but I'll come back at you here in just a momento. Hello everyone, I'm back. Thank you for your patience. I know it probably seemed lickety-split for you, but in fact, I took the night off and I'm back on the next day to, I had to sleep on this card to think about what I wanted, and then the idea came to me. For the thread, I'm not sure if you got to see that part. I used from my stash from DMC, this Precious Metals effect in gold. Bought it at Hobby Lobby many years ago, so I have no idea if it's even still this price. But in case anyone's curious, it is E3821. But that is what I used. I just wrapped it around and kind of taped it on the back there. And dug through my paper, found this really shiny gold paper in my stash. It's from scrapbook.com. It was in one of their metallic paper pads. Let's see, I got it real close to me here. Holographic mirror paper. This is the A2 size type paper. So if I needed a quick background, it's already 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Paper. It is 160 GSM, which I don't know how it relates that to pounds, but probably like a good 65-pound type paper. Not enough I'd want to use for like a small card base, but definitely enough to add for a background if one so desired. I got out my trusty leaf dies from Diamond Press from a set. They had it recently available again, but it did sell out, so I apologize. But, you know, leafery, in this case, I'm using as goldery or whitery. I cut out both gold and white, so that was fun. I popped up without foam. I know, without foam. Just some stacks of paper. These were actually cut off pieces from when I was cutting off the rectangle sentiments from Sassy's emergency card kit, as you can see. So the little side pieces, as you're cutting them out, become leftovers. Well, I save them rather than use foam sometimes, and rather than just throw them away, I use little pieces there to help pop things up. Just my little trick. Doesn't mean you have to do it, of course, but hey, you never know. Then I don't feel as bad throwing it away. Okay, so I'm going to glue this red piece down. Try to be somewhat even, right? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. But when I cut out the gold leafery, I didn't quite like just the starkness of the gold. In looking at my color inspo, you know, the Canada Dry of sophisticated colors, I didn't think there wasn't quite enough white in my card. So for funsies, I went ahead and cut out the leafery I was going to use out of white. Figuring worst case is I don't use it on this particular card. I could always save it for another card if need be. So it wasn't taking a whole lot out of me to be able to do it, and was able to use a piece of white scrap as well. Okay, so far so good. This is about what I had from previous. Well, when I layered just the gold on there, sure, it was pretty, but again, not enough white. So I'm gonna layer them on top, so you see the gold kind of peeking out, adds a little more white so it blends in with the color palette, at least that I'm using just a little bit more. So let me glue these down and see what we can come up with here. I don't want to maybe flat glue them down, but just get close enough that they'll adhere and maybe not come up later. So I'll just put you on a little fast forward here, and I will meet up with you as soon as that is done. Dokily. I think I got those glued down in place pretty good. I'm liking how that's coming out. So let's parameter check. Oop, guess I spoke a little too soon. The glue may not be dry, but okay, bear with me and I'll let the glue dry before I take some pictures, of course. So we have encouragement card. Meowy Christmas. Well, you know, I wouldn't want to wish somebody a horrible Christmas, so Meowy is a play on Merry Christmas, so we're going with that. Sophisticated colors, yes, darling. My Canada Dry ginger ale, a very sophisticated beverage, so pulled colors from that with the gold, green, and the splash of red and the white. House pet or house pets, there's a little kitty. Add a cat, if you will. And thread or twine. Well, I definitely used the thread right there. So check, 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 check. Now for the inside of the card, just real quick, because I know this doesn't always get shown, but in this case, since I have kind of an inside sentiment, I'm going to use my corner punch, again in the 1/4 inch size, since I corner punched 2 corners of the card base. I want this to match as well, so I think that will look good. Let's just check, shall we, while you're here? Yes, I think that will look good, and I'll put this little strip on there. It's the meowiest season of all. Now I got some black tick marks on there that Sarah provides for cutting out, so let me cut those off because, you know, my recipient really doesn't need to see that. Will this person even know? Well, if they watch this video, they will, but maybe they won't after all. But that's okay. I think that looks... Sorry if that was on camera. I like to cut at the bottom of my trimmer on that. It just works better for me than the top, but to each their own. So this is a piece of green paper from my stash. You could use it as a card base. It's a little thin. I have tried it. It's not going to be a go-to for me for a card base, but they are really great for matte layers on a card or for the inside of the card. It's light enough that you can still write or stamp upon it. And I always like, even if it's a white card base, I will stick a white piece of paper on the inside. That's my personal preference on that. I think depending on what paper you use for a card base, it helps strengthen the overall card. But, you know, you do you. If that works for you, great. If it doesn't, that's great too. Okay. I might see if I can find another little cat and stamp on the inside. I wonder where I could get a stamp from. Look, there's a little cat stamp right in there. Let's see, what color shall we do maybe some gold cats. Let's go for it, shall we? I mean, just real quick on the impromptu. I mean, why not? I mean, if we're going to add a cat, let's add cats. Nice little gold inking. Maybe you didn't see that. We'll put a little kitty up here. And then a little kitty down here. Look, now we got a trio of cats. A little spotted. That could just be the ink. But you know what? I think it adds a fun feature. And maybe depending on the cat's coat, that, you know, he could be a little spotty. He's very sophisticated of a spotty. So that's my story, and we're sticking to it. So I think the parameters, encouragement cards, sophisticated colors, house pet, thread, or twine have been successfully achieved with this 3-fer card. That is, card going to a swap partner, card as encasing a technique I saw in a recent craft summit that I attended, and maybe most importantly, my card for Craft Roulette episode 292. Well, I do appreciate you stopping by today. If you have any questions about Craft Roulette, the products that I use, the card that I made, or that you just want to say hi, do let me know in the comments below, and I'll talk to you on one of the next ones, or see you around on the crafty chatterboxes. Bye!